Hi everyone, it's Linny D, and this time we are going to talk about my adoption story, which is pretty standard by some regards, but I don't know. Let's see if you find it interesting, because that's what I'm going to do this week. This is a little setup for something I'll be working on. I was going to say next week, but that's wrong. This is the setup for something I'm going to be working on soon, which is 23andMe. I got it for Christmas this year, and I thought a nice setup for this would be just talking about my adoption, because I have no idea what kind of things are in my genetic makeup. As in, I don't even know if I'm actually Chinese. I was just adopted from China. So, here we go. Oh, also today I brought with me what I like to call the Orphan Box. It is a giant box filled with all things relating to my orphanhood, adoption, Chineseness, something like that. It's got all these little mementos in it of the time my parents spent in China getting me. There's a lot of stuff in here. I'm gonna read this later. This is actually like a little journal that I think my mom said that she kept while she was there to just kind of record their trip to get me. So, yeah. And for some reason that I don't understand at all, I have this mug in the box. It's from China. However, for some reason, it's Pizza Hut. I don't know why. I have a Pizza Hut mug. It's actually kind of a nice mug. I should probably use this. Also included in this box are some official forms relating to, I assume, my adoption. However, I am illiterate in Chinese. If any of you know how to read this, please let me know, because I don't want to rely on Google Translate. Also, if anybody ever wants to question my citizenship of the United States of America, my parents documented this event very thoroughly, so don't even try to deport me. So, I was adopted from China at the age of 16 months old. I was about 4 months old, give or take, when I was found at the gates of the orphanage. So then I spent about a year living in this orphanage. I had a specific assigned caregiver. My parents put in their forms to adopt me. Eventually, they got the go-ahead and I became theirs. They took, I think they said it once, it was a boat or a plane and then a boat. They took a long form of transportation to come out and get me from China. And at the age of 16 months old, they came and saw me for the first time, in which I was wearing this. This is the uniform that they gave the orphans, the recently adopted orphans, to wear for their first day with their new families. Isn't it cute? I think it's really cute, personally. So, I don't know who told my mother this, but someone told her that in China, it is cold. I don't know about you, or if you know anything about Asian geography, but I am from the city of Xiamen, which is a port city, I think it's just north of the equator, which means it is real hot. And so fun fact, my mom was told it was cold, and so on the first day of having me, she dressed me in hot clothes. So the first day, I probably almost got heat stroke, but it's fine. It's fine. She knew I was hot. She did give me more clothes. Don't worry about it. For the record, I'm also going to be doing a little Q&A at the end of this video about like really common questions for adoptees, especially ones from Asia. So stay tuned, because if you want to just skip right to that part, go ahead and bump right over there. I'll be putting in here what time stamp that's going to be. Honestly, I didn't plan this video at all. I'm totally improving right now. While going to adopt me from China, my parents also became friends with a number of other parents who were there to adopt little girls from the orphanage. They actually became really good friends, and so they kept like traveling together during this trip to China, the time spent in the hotel with the babies, and then after that. So I actually have a group of friends. They are 8 other girls. Well, is it 9 now? 8 or 9 other girls who were adopted from China, who are now considered like basically family. We call them my shaman sisters. Every single year until we all hit about 14 years old, we would all get together and have what they called a shaman sister reunion, which would be a trip to one of the 9 girls' cities where they're living, and we would go to all of the like local attractions, and we'd go to the girl's house and do a sleepover, and we'd all just like have a really nice time together. It really let me see a lot of the country, since all the girls were from so many different places. They were from Florida, Wisconsin, Chicago, San Francisco, all sorts of places. And now we don't really do the group get-togethers anymore, but, you know, whenever I want to visit somebody, all I gotta do is call them up and see if they're around. I think since this has probably been a pretty boring video, I'm going to jump into that adoption FAQ. So, as a person who was adopted, especially from a foreign country, and because I live in an extremely white small town, I have gotten a lot of questions about adoption, so I decided that I'm going to sit down and answer those questions. And then it's all here in a video. Question number 1. Can I speak Chinese? Yes, but badly. I went to Chinese school since I was about 3 years old, and then I stopped when I was about 13 or 14 when I moved away from home. And that's when I quit taking Chinese. I have a really nice ear for all the different tones in Chinese, and so when I speak it, people tend to say I sound like a native speaker. I just only know like elementary levels of vocabulary. So I speak Chinese, but when it comes to reading it, never ask me to read Chinese. I am illiterate. Question number 2. Do I know karate? Please stop asking this question to random Asian people. Please. Please stop asking this question. It's very annoying. Please, don't ask it. Stop. For one, there is a wide array of various martial arts forms that all are different Asian cultures. Chinese is Kung Fu. I did take some Kung Fu. I sucked at it. I didn't like it very much, and I quit. Number 3. What do you think of the one-child policy? I don't know. It's a whole thing back there. I don't have a full formulation of that since I was not there and experiencing all the stuff that happened while that was in place. So my entire concept of the one-child policy is just that I am a Chinese orphan girl, and frequently girls were the ones orphaned because China wanted boys. Look how that turned out. I also wanted to take a minute to discuss abortion, because that is a question that people come up with very often while talking to adoptees. I am one of those people who thinks people should do whatever they want. And if you want to relate it to my being adopted, don't. I mean, in general, it's not really relevant to people being adopted because we're not like extra grateful to be alive than everyone else, but especially Chinese and Asian adoptees, because that is a completely different concept in the country of China. Because of the fact that abortion was illegal in certain parts of the country or forced in other parts of the country, that's a very different concept over there than it is over here. So don't even try to compare that. Number 4. What do I think of my parents? Do I want to find my real parents? Etc. I really could not care less who my biological parents are. It really doesn't matter to me. Over the years, people would always ask me if I wanted to find my real parents. I personally view myself as an American citizen. I am a banana. I belong here. My parents who raised me are my parents. For better or for worse, I accept all of it. If someone just randomly decided to pick me up and dump me back in China with my biological parents, I wouldn't even know what to do with that. I wouldn't know how to navigate anything. I'd probably spend all my time trying to make my way back to America. I have no interest in really seeking them out. So people might ask if I am mad at them for leaving me there, but nah. I have plenty of weird quirks that I can blame on being an orphan, being adopted, or living in an orphanage, but generally speaking, yeah, I'm not mad about that. It's what it is. They could have left me because I was a girl and they wanted a son, or they could have left me because I was a girl and they wanted better opportunities for me outside the country. I don't know, but I don't blame them, I guess, or that's fate or whatever. I don't know how to put it, but yeah, I'm not mad about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Anyways, question number 5. Why were you dropped off at an orphanage? I don't know. Same as the parent question. I don't know. I do not have one of those romanticized Hollywood orphan stories where they left me with like a note or a locket or an anything that would tell me who I am or where I came from. I was just left at the gate, I think in a blanket. There's a picture somewhere. And that was it. The orphanage picked me up. They gave me a name, Song Si-hong. And that was who I was for the next year of my life. I guess those were the top 5 questions that people asked me as an adoptee. Hopefully the next video I make about this will be more interesting, and it probably will be because I will actually have some DNA results to probably talk about, or I'll be hanging out with Alex and she'll have more questions that we can discuss as adoptees. But until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!